But this place that I'm in my life, it's a very peculiar place. And when I tell you, I feel like it's so many things trying to stop me. Like, stop what I'm like, just stop me. Like, stumbling blocks. And I just like, wait, what? And I feel like, at the end of the day, me trying to get on to talk about something that's important. I'm talking about this because this is something that is literally helping me get over these stumbling blocks. It's always something trying to stop it. Like my live, I couldn't get on live at 12 o'clock because why? Like my phone isn't charging. I don't think it's the phone charger. I think it's something that's like trying to be prevented from being said. And that something is like exactly when I just went to Sarah's to the Revolution tour, and some of the things she was talking about is just like when you, like the woman with the issue of blood, right? This lady, she was so desperate to be healed, to be whole, to be fixed. And she didn't know what to do. She went to every doctor. She went to everybody. Like she's trying to figure out how to get healed, right? And she literally was so desperate that she ended up touching God, and she ended up touching Jesus, and he healed her, and she had the ability to get past that issue. And it was that ability that she tapped into of his that really, really that really helped her to get past that situation. And it was speaking to me because I'm like, I have a lot of issues. Like Adolf getting killed is not one issue that I have. I have the issue of raising children, finding joy, just all of these different things. It's all of this stuff that I have to push past that nobody knows. Nobody understands. It's people that have so many things to say. They think they know. They think they understand. They don't. They have no idea. They have absolutely no idea what it's like to wake up and be me every single day. And that's fine. I don't want, they don't have to. But I then go to God and I'm just like, what do you want from me? Like, why are you taking so much out of me and from me? Like, why does it feel like that you're giving up on me? And from that, it's like, no, he wants me to tap into him more. He wants me to understand that, like, you think that you need people. You don't need people. People gonna let you down. People may not be around long. I may not have it in the plan for them to be around. Like my brother not being here is something hard for me. I'm like, that would be a person that's here for me. Like be there, like my back, like the back of me, right? But I'm like, he wants me to lean in on him and to trust him and to ask him like for that guidance. And so that's what I'm doing. And when I was sitting there and Sarah was talking, she was just saying like, you got to change your mindset, like you got to change the things that you put there, the things that, in terms of we all come up with these different ideas of what needs to be, like what we need to have done, what we need to do, like these things that just govern us, like these rules that we create. And it's like, we got to start breaking these rules. And that's where I'm at. Like I'm breaking the rules. Like it's so, it's just so many things. Like, it's like for me, just being a person that's always like, God, God, God. I'm that person before that'll be like, man, if you say God one more time, I love God, but why everything got to be God? Give me some real hard what to do. Step 1 is go do this. Step 2 is this. So whatever the case may be, I've always been that person. And I'm like, I wanted people, like I will be that person saying that. And I'm like, I'm in this space where that's all I can say, because it's like, I really don't know. I don't know what to do next. I don't know how to think and what to do. So I pray. I pray hard. I align myself. I ask God to align me with people that are meant for me. I ask God to bind out those people that's not. Like, I ask him for everything, because I just don't know what to do in this space. I don't know how to heal properly. I don't know the right way to heal. I don't know how to undo the rules that I've created for myself. I don't know. And so at this place in my life, I'm just leaning in on him. I'm leaning in on him so, like, I'll cry some days, just take over. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm blank. I'm blank in the mind. And I'm like, I've always felt myself to be smart. and to just know what to do. And people come to me for advice, and I'm like, I don't have no advice to give. I don't know what to do. So basically, I'm here today just to say the best thing and the best advice when people say, how are you so strong? It's not just I'm just so strong because I'm so smart. It's not that I'm so smart. I mean, I'm so strong because I don't care. It's not that I'm so strong because of whatever it may look like. It's literally like I be praying so much, I get on my own nerves. Like, seriously, it gets on my nerves because, and not on my nerves, it just be like, you just desperate. Like, and I am. I be feeling it myself. It's something inside of me like, you so desperate. And I be like, yes, I am desperate. I'm desperate to feel better. I'm desperate to figure out why me. I'm desperate to figure out what's next. I ain't never been so scared to receive help from people. That's a scary place to be in, when you scared because you don't know what the intentions are. You don't know who's behind. There's so many people. The internet, people always be like, well, we never saw you. Like, we never saw you before. Adolf tried to protect me. He was a covering for me. He did not want me on the internet. When I was up there trying to start my business and everything, he would be like, Mia, the internet is the devil. It's people on the internet that will you, that will try to tear you down. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for my family. I don't want that for my children. So he was like this protective layer, and I couldn't see it. I'm like, but what you mean? Like, I'm no, they not gonna do that because I'm coming from a good space. He was like, it don't matter how good you are, people will still come for you. And he was so right. Like, that protective layer is just like removed, and I see it. The internet is like that. It is people that want to hurt, but then it's like, they want to help. I'm sorry, they want to help, but it's like, why? Are you sure you want to help me? Or is it some extra thing? Or what is it? And it's scary. So in that place, guess what the best thing I can possibly do when you're scared of help? You got to just pray. Like, I got to just pray. Like, is this a person that you're aligning with me? Is this somebody that's good for me? Is this somebody that is going to help to restore my spirit? And that's where I'm at with it. And so since I've been praying so like fervently, like just relentlessly, I just been seeing how he's been ordering people in my steps and aligning me with different types of people. And, like, even when Sarah, like when she invited me to come to the Revolution Tour, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. Of course, I love listening to her, but I didn't even tap into, like, I didn't do any type of like, what is the Revolution Tour? I didn't look at it. But when I tell you I went there and I just was sitting there and I was like, I wonder, like, if this is going to be something that can touch me right where I am, or is this for somebody? Is this message that she's going to have, is it going to be for somebody else? And when I tell you, I was sitting there and I kept getting more and more shocked because I'm like, she had a message that was designed for so many likes of me. Like, they may not be going through the same thing as me, but so many different women was experiencing struggle, pain, hurt, trauma, all type of stuff. And they all were experiencing something, but she was talking to the different versions of me, the different hurt versions, women who are just looking like they're desperate, just like me. I'm desperate. And I'm not desperate for no man, for no love. That's the furthest thing from my mind. I'm desperate for peace, for understanding, for like just guidance, and these women are desperate and they were looking for a word. And she gave it. And when I tell you, I was sitting there and I'm like, somebody can be like, it was scripted. She went around the tour. And listen, you can call it what you want to call it. If it is a script, that script was God, like, orchestrated her to write that script and to literally like deliver it to versions of broken women who are trying to heal just like me. And I was so appreciative and I was so thankful that I was there. And I was just like, so what do you want me to do? And what do you want me to do? And it was just like, what do you want me to do with this? And it's like, share it. Tell people what is helping you, because everybody think that you got it all figured out, that you some superhuman, and I'm not. I'm not at all. Tell them what you're doing. Tell them the steps. And the only step that I can tell you is that, like, I'm just praying for alignment. I'm praying for protection and peace. I'm praying that anybody that tries to come up against me, I guarantee you, anybody, if you have it in your mind, you coming up with lies, you putting out anything out there, I pray for you, because I've already prayed against what you're doing, trying to do to me. And I know that God is going to continue to protect me And anybody that's coming up against me and they're not like meant for my good, or they're trying to do anything to me, like, it's like, I just pray for you. I'll just pray for you, because at the end of the day, I have nothing to do with anybody's ill will towards me in my life. And that's why I literally just say, like, God, just continue to protect me. Any enemy that is trying to approach me, remove them from it. Like, they just gotta have their feet, they distance. And that's where I'm at. And so when the question is asked, like, how do you have the strength? That's how I have the strength. I pray. And so I decided that I wanted to encourage and hold myself accountable to pray even more and align myself even more with people who are on that same wavelength, who is in search of something, in search of answers, in search of healing, in search of peace, in search of just God being administered into their life. I say, like, I want to invite you all to be on a 30-day, like, we're going to just have a prayer challenge every morning in the month of July, Monday through Friday, that we come on and that we like pray and that we speak and we give each other encouraging words, and we just like, we kind of like share prayer requests. We share testimonies that we get on, and we literally just have a moment. We start our day off by like, we're going to pray. We're going to just pray so the rest of the day, the rest of the week, the rest of the month, that we can be able to get to a place of understanding. And that's what I want to invite you guys in on. So that's where I'm at now. It's like, that's what I want to do. Anybody that just in alignment, like, I want people that believe in God. Like, it's so crazy, the state of where we are today. Everything is cool. It's cool to be anything in the world that you want to be. But when somebody starts talking too much about God, I promise you, it's like people like, that's you weird. Why you always about, people want to like diagnose and be like, you know, are you sincere? Is your message sincere? Like, where are you coming from? You can be anything. I could be like, you know what, today I want to become another human, another gender, another anything. And it's okay. Like, that's fine. I don't even judge it. I'm in a place where I don't even want to judge nobody, because I don't want to judge nobody. Like, it ain't for me. I don't have no heaven or no hell to put nobody in. But it's like, when you start talking about your love for God and you start giving honor to God, it's like people start feeling like you weird. Like, I hear anything else but that. And I just have a problem with that, because I'm like, it's nothing. That's all I can, like, that's the only thing that's helping me right now. It ain't no person. It ain't nothing else by me just asking him to give me the spirit of discernment, to give me power and wisdom, to give me strength to be able to like show my kids and illustrate for my kids what needs to be done. How do you keep going in a space of being stripped of everything that makes you whole, you know?